you probably recognise. We see them every day. You can even see one sitting back here, Mr. Brown, and then we see our school captains who you've seen before. And on the right, I'm very sorry, Mr. Newman, who's our member for Parliament. I nearly cropped him out, but I decided to keep him because we're all going on an adventure to Canberra, and he is our representative, a leader for our community that goes to Canberra. Now, you'll notice they're all wearing some things. So, can I ask a favour? I'd like to dress you up to be like a leader. Clothe yourself, as Colossians said. I'm going to take this out because some of my stuff's over here. So, would you be able to pop your blazer off there? I'd like to start. Just while you're looking, I'm going to start my first item, which is a police officer's hat, because we all know that police officers are leaders in our community, aren't they? So, Ryan, would you like to? Sorry, Zach, isn't it? No, Ryan. Ryan, sorry Ryan, I called you Zach on the way up and you didn't correct me. Thank you. So we've got him as a police officer. Now I'd also like to present you with, you've got your own blazer. Sorry parents, you can't see me right now. I was a St. Peter's Old Scholar, so I have a blazer. And I was a leader when I was in high school. And it says here, Information Technology Prefect, 2009. Who was born in 2009? Any of you guys? No, not yet. Oh, wow, look at that. That's incredible. Now, we also have somewhere around Mr. Brown, not Mr. Brown, sorry, Mr. Green. And Mr. Green, he, one day I found him being an amazing leader, cleaning up the school. So these are some pants. I wonder if you can just hold them. Can you hold them so that, sort of like that. So I've now dressed you up as a leader. Is this what makes our friend a leader? No. Good. Can you say that more confidently? No, not at all. Thank you. You can pop those down there now. And you're welcome to put your own blazer back on. It is not what makes him a leader. Because Colossians doesn't just say, clothe yourself like a leader. Colossians gives us instructions on what to clothe ourselves with. And I was going to use a bit of an image from here. So just before we do, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Wow. Compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, patience. When I think of compassion and kindness, I think of what we've spent, that Jesus showed love when he died on the cross for us. We then have humility. What does humility mean to you? Hands up if you've heard this word before. Yeah, you guys have probably been talking about it in year 6. Humility is such an important word for me, and it means to me remembering that God is God and that we have a job to do, but it's actually to let God be God, to let our leaders be leaders, and for us to serve. I picked an image here of Jesus washing his disciples' feet. Now, I like to think in this picture that the disciple on the left the disciple on the right is Peter, after whom our school is named. You may have noticed what I'm doing here. Have a look at your crest on your blazers. You'll see that we have the St. Peter's cross, which is an upside down cross. The story of that cross is that Peter, he knew that Jesus was the one that was going to save them all, die on the cross. And so when it was his turn, when he was told, we're going to put you on a cross, he said, I'm not good enough to be hung the same way as my Lord. You're going to have to do something different. So instead of putting him on a cross the right way up, they put him upside down. Oh, I've got to give you that. Here's your cross now. You're going to have to back there. Can you put the cross goes down? That goes down there. The clever students will notice I'm missing something. There's a bit of blue tack there, so you can blue tack it onto there. Yep. You're going to have to be clever though, because we're going to have to remove something there in a moment. So we've got compassion and kindness. We've got humility. The next thing was gentleness. What does gentleness mean to you? Lots of people think about Jesus as being gentle. And sometimes they confuse gentleness with weakness. But gentleness is not weakness. Gentleness is like a dad who's having an arm wrestle with their kid. That dad could beat their kid in a moment. But they only use their strength to support and build up their child. When you're a leader, your calling is to be gentle. But that doesn't mean wielding a sword and telling everyone what to do. That means wielding a shield. To use your strength to defend and support people. Can you please, do you think you'll be able to work out where these go? Yep, so shield behind, we're building our presses again. And you get that. Oh. I was originally going to put this on the PowerPoint, and I decided that it looked a little bit janky when we did it that way. Gentleness. And our last thing that as a leader you're called to do in our text is to be patient. Now, patience means a number of things. And I was reflecting on what it means to be patient as a leader. Because often we might get angry, and we might be asked to be patient to ensure that we don't get angry. We also need to be patient because things aren't going to look the way we want them to straight away. God calls us to be patient, to be like a flower that grows. For most of its life, it doesn't have the beauty that it's looking for, but it is being faithful, making sure it's getting to where it needs to be. It's like a flower. Now, Pastor Matt has talked before, he told me, about, Pastor Matt has talked to you before about how this rose in the middle is a very special rose called Luther's rose. And that has a lot of meaning as well. But what the gift I really wanted to give to you Year 6s today was a reminder that the rose, that the school crest that you are all going to wear today until the end of Year 6. And if you stay on, you're going to continue to be a leader. Every time you put your blazer on, your uniform on, your badge on, I want you to remember these 5 things, these 5 callings that God has given to leaders. The calling to show compassion and kindness that we see in the heart and the cross. The call to be humble, to remember your position and to use your position well in the upside down cross. The calling to gentleness in the shield, to protect and to use your leadership role for the sake of others. And finally, to be patient as you work with people around you. We're going to be giving you a badge, and that badge is going to have this crest on it. But it's not just a calling for you, it's a calling for every St. Peter's student. And as Year 6s, you're going to be the ones that are leading our primary school, helping each and every student to become their best, showing these 5 traits. I think that's pretty special. Thank you for your help. And I think that is me. Okay, I'd now like to invite Mr. Sabri.